Once, there was a beggar who survived by asking for alms. One day, while he was begging at a train station, he noticed a tall, well-dressed man in a suit. The beggar thought to himself, "This man looks wealthy. If I ask him for alms, he'll surely give me a good amount." With this hope, he approached the tall man and asked for money. The tall man looked at the beggar and said, "All you do is ask and take. Do you ever give anything to anyone?" The beggar, surprised, replied, "Sir, I'm just a beggar. All I do is ask for help. How can someone like me, with nothing to offer, give anything to others?" The tall man responded, "If you can't give something in return, you have no right to ask either. I'm a businessman, and I believe in the principle of give and take. If you have something to offer me, only then can I give you something in return." With that, the tall man boarded a train and left. The beggar couldn't stop thinking about the tall man's words. They struck a chord deep within him. He began to wonder, maybe I don't get much alms because I never give anything back. But I'm a beggar. What can I possibly give? He pondered this question for days, unable to find an answer. On the third day, as he sat near the station, his eyes fell on some flowers blooming on nearby plants. An idea sparked in his mind. What if I give flowers to those who give me alms? Excited by the thought, he plucked a few flowers and headed to the train to beg. From that day on, whenever someone gave him money, he offered them a few flowers in return. People happily accepted the flowers, and the beggar noticed something remarkable. More and more people started giving him alms. Every day, he would gather flowers from the station's surroundings and distribute them to those who gave him money. As long as he had flowers to give, people generously offered alms. But when the flowers ran out, the alms stopped too. This pattern continued, and the beggar began to understand the power of giving something in return. One day, while begging on the train, he spotted the same tall man who had inspired this change. Excited, the beggar approached him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you, flowers. Please give me some alms and I'll give you these flowers in return." The tall man smiled, gave him some money, and accepted the flowers. "Pleased," he said, "well done. You've become a businessman like me." With that, he took the flowers and got off at his station. The tall man's words echoed in the beggar's mind once again. He felt a surge of joy and realization. His eyes sparkled with newfound confidence. Looking up at the sky, he shouted, "I'm not a beggar anymore. I'm a businessman. I can become wealthy." Onlookers thought he had lost his mind, but the beggar's heart was filled with determination. That was the last day he was seen begging at the station. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 men in suits were traveling on a train. They noticed each other, and one of them extended his hand, saying, "Do you recognize me?" The other man, puzzled, replied, "No, I think we're meeting for the first time." The first man smiled and said, "No, this is our third meeting. We've met twice before on this very train. I'm the beggar you once spoke to. In our first meeting, you taught me what I should do with my life. In our second meeting, you showed me who I truly am." The second man, astonished, exclaimed, "Oh, I remember now. You're the beggar I once refused to give alms to, and later I took flowers from you. But look at you now, dressed in a suit. Where are you headed, and what do you do?" The first man replied, "Yes, I was that beggar. But today I'm a successful flower merchant. I'm traveling to another city for my business." He paused and continued, "In our first meeting, you taught me the law of nature. You only receive when you give. I realize this truth works. I used to see myself as a beggar, never thinking beyond that. But in our second meeting, you called me a businessman and it changed everything. I understood that people weren't giving me alms. They were paying for the value of my flowers. They were buying from me because my flowers were unique and affordable. In their eyes, I was a small trader, but in my own eyes, I was still a beggar. Your words made me see the truth. I was already a businessman. He went on. With the money I earned from distributing flowers, I bought more flowers and started a business. People here love flowers, and that love has made me a successful flower merchant today. Both men smiled, thrilled by the transformation. When the train reached their station, they stepped off together, talking about their businesses as they walked forward. This story teaches us valuable lessons. The tall businessman understood the universal law of give and take, a principle used by successful people worldwide. The beggar embraced this natural law, and its impact transformed his life. By changing his mindset, he changed his destiny. The story reminds us that if we limit ourselves with small thinking, we'll remain small. To achieve greatness, we must change our mindset and think big. The essence of the story is clear. Success lies in your mindset. Awaken your self-respect, think bigger, and watch how you rise to the heights of success.